Next topic in SQL is joins. So every query so far that we have seen, we used one table. Okay, but real databases, they split their data across many tables. Okay, so it will never be like it. You are working on only one table. Databases has many tables, and you can fetch data from them. Student in one table, courses that they are taking available in another table, link between them may be available in another table, like that. Okay, so we are going to work on that, how to use or combine two tables to fetch the data. Okay, so this is one of the powerful ideas in SQL, and today we are going to see that. So please note down these three tables. So first table is student table. Student table is having SID, name and department, and role table is having SID, CID and grade. Course table is having CID and title. Okay, so basically what this enroll table is, its primary key is this, its primary key is this, but enroll doesn't have a primary key. You can see there is duplicate. There is duplicacy in this data also. So what this enroll table is, it is a relationship table where grade is a descriptive attribute that you have to remember, and we discussed it already. So just by looking at these tables, you should understand that enroll is a relationship table and grade is a descriptive attribute. SID and CID are foreign keys. They are foreign keys. Fine. Now see, look at the question. So the question is which student takes which course? By title we have to tell. Okay. Now how we will solve this query with the help of MySQL syntax. If you will observe, the name is available in student table. Link is in enroll, that which student take which course is available in enroll table. And then title is available in course table. So no single table can answer this question. We must combine them, and here we use joins. That is the thing. Okay. So we have to combine them. So first, let us make these three tables. I'll show you these three tables in Workbench also, and we have to combine them. So for that, what we need? We need some concepts for join, out of which the first main concept is how join works is Cartesian product. Okay, so this is from where joins come. Yeah. So what happens is when we perform join, when we combine any two tables, first we have basically MySQL. It takes its Cartesian product. Okay. So what happens if we are pairing every student with every enroll row? So see here what is happening. So what is happening over here? The Cartesian product is happening between student table and enroll table. It is basically student cross product or Cartesian product enroll. That is the thing. So when we are performing this, what will happen? The first row, one Ravi, will be combined with both rows of enroll table. In the same way, the second row, 3 Ahmad, will be combined with both rows of enroll table. In this way, we will get how many rows? 2 for Ravi, 2 for Ahmad, 4 rows. And the final output will be both columns of student table. These two columns are of student table and both columns of enroll table. Okay, so that will happen. So this is to show to you S dot SID means it belongs to student SID, it belongs to enroll SID. So what happened? One Ravi, one C01, one Ravi, 3C02. You can see that. So one Ravi, first we combine first row with both rows. So that will give us one Ravi, one C01, one Ravi, 3C02. In the same way, when we'll combine 3 Ahmad with both rows, 3 Ahmad 1 C01, 3 Ahmad 3 C02. So that will happen. Okay, fine. So that is the thing. Then after this, we have to perform condition. So this is cross product or Cartesian product, cross product plus condition. So what is the condition? We have to match the SID of both. If they are common, that means S dot SID should be equal to E dot SID. Yes. Okay. This one. Okay. S dot SID should be equal to E dot SID. Fine. So that we have to select. And then we will have those rows where both IDs are matching. Like first row, here it is not matching. It will be removed. It will be removed. Third row will be removed. And 3, 3 matching. So it will be kept. So in this way join works. So join is what? Join is Cartesian or cross product plus condition. Condition on the common attribute. That what happens. So we will see this, how it will work. And there are different types of joins that we will see. So when working with, you know, MySQL, what you can write, how you can show it, if we just want to take a cross product, okay, then how you can show it? Select star from student, comma, enroll. So it will perform the cross product. So we will see that. Okay. So let us see in workbench how Cartesian product happens, and then we will see how join will look like. Okay, then we'll start with the types of join. So let me move to workbench and let me show you the tables. Okay. Okay, so this is our workbench and we have been working on this, yes, since earlier only. Now, today first I have to show you the tables first. I'll show you 3 tables and then we will see the Cartesian product of 2 tables, student and enroll. Okay. So see, so I've created this database first. Create database, if not exist, college. So it will check. It is safe to use if not exist constraint. It will check if it is existing. Okay. Then it will show to you and still it will run the query. Okay. So that's why it is recommended to use if not exists. So suppose we are doing this one. Okay. It already exists. Then we have to use this. So we are using college now. Okay. So drop table, if it is already existing, then it will do that. It does not exist. Student and course, they also does not exist. Okay. Now we have to create our first table student because we have not created it yet. Now for creating a table student, first we have to create the structure of it. Create table student, SID, int, SID is a primary key, name, varchar, not null, department, varchar 20. Okay. Okay. So this table is already existing. Fine, fine, fine. Yeah. Okay. So it is there. Let me see this one also. Fine. So now course table is also created. Student was okay. Let me do this again. We have, yeah, both tables are now created again. Student and course. Now see this one. This is a new part. See, this we have not done earlier. Okay. So let's see. Here in enroll table, as we have seen, we need a foreign key also. So how it will be created? Create table enroll SID int CID varchar grade char. Up to this point, we all are aware about it. We have done this. Now I have to make SID and CID as foreign key. Then what I have to do? Please make a note of such things. Now after comma, I have to add a foreign key. In bracket, I'll give the first column SID, which is taking references from student table, student SID, and then another foreign key CID, which is taking reference from the course CID. Okay, so I hope you remember what is foreign key. Foreign key is a is a key which takes reference from the base table utilizing its primary key. Okay, so our base table was student and course, and it is referencing. So this enroll is referencing from the course table and the student table. That's why this is the syntax for it. Foreign key, the column name which you want to make as a foreign key, and then the reference it is taking from. So that is the syntax. Okay, so let's run this one. Let's run this one now. Okay, fine. So enroll table is now created with foreign key. Okay, now we have to insert the data. As we all know, we have already done the insertion part earlier also. So insert into student values, and we entered 3 entries as per our table available. So this is done. Then insert values into the course as per the table available, and insert values in the enroll as per the table and available. Okay, now I want to see all of them one by one as we have seen in the PPT. So 1, 2, 3, Ravi, Priya, Ahmed, CCEC. I hope you can understand this because you have already seen these tables. Then our second table and course, and now our third table enroll. So we have our all 3 tables available. Now I wanted to show you the Cartesian product. So what was the Cartesian product? As I told you, in MySQL, we have to run the command select star from student, comma, enroll. See this. Let us run this one. Now see this. It will show some data which is not even actual, which are called as spurious tuples. So where SID of both sides will not match. Okay. So if you will just perform Cartesian product without condition, you will not match SIDs. Then it will give all the possible availabilities. So SID 3 and 1 not matching, 2 and 1 not matching, but it is giving because it is a Cartesian product. So this is the Cartesian product of student table and enroll table. Okay. Okay. So now we will see if we will apply condition. Okay. So if I will write here where we have to student dot SID is equals to enroll dot SID. So let's run this one. So now see, it gave only those rows. See, you can see it clearly when I applied the condition with join, Cartesian product plus condition. This is your join. So let me highlight this part for you. So this part, basically student, comma, enroll, it is performing a product, cross product, plus this part with where, it is your condition. It is your condition. So that is the thing. That makes a join. That makes a join. Okay. So I hope you got this. Let us go back and check out different types of joins available. Okay. And then we'll come back with the live demo in Workbench. So this is the thing. I hope you understood this part. Yeah. What is Cartesian product? Clear? Okay. So for any doubts, please drop your comments. Fine. So what now the types of join. There are different types of joins available. So first one, the first join is inner join. First join is inner join. It is the most common join available. Inner join, it is exactly the product we just saw, but filtered. Now here again, we'll say the same thing. It will take the condition. Okay. So what we have written earlier, we have written select name, CID, grade from student, join, enroll. So here we have utilized this keyword join. But earlier I have shown you that was another way to write select S. I'll tell you this also. What is this? So this we will do what? It is basically a join operator in relational algebra as we have done. It was inner join. It is same as we have done in algebra also. Okay. So first it will perform the cross product. Then it will apply the condition and it will just keep those values where SIDs of both tables are matching. Okay. So earlier what we have done, select S dot name, E dot CID, E dot grade from student S. S is what? It is allies. Okay. Student S, comma, I am not using join here. Enroll E, where S dot SID is equals to E dot SID. This we just ran in Workbench. Only one thing is different, that is S and E. What are they? S and E are allies. S and E are allies. Let me write it for you so that you can remember these things. So S and E, these both are allies. Please make a note of it. It is kind of a nickname that we use to differentiate between two tables. So I want to display name from student, CID from enroll, grade from enroll. So I have to tell to my SQL server which column belongs to which table. That is the scenario. So this is one way to write this query which you just ran in Workbench. Now this is the another way. Select name, CID, grade from student, join, enroll. Now when you are using the keyword join, for the condition you have to use the operator on. Okay. I hope you got this. Let's try this out in Workbench very quickly. So we want to display name, CID and grade. So let's try it out in Workbench. Okay. So let me write that part. Okay. So this is our cross join. Let me write that one. We'll have, yes, this one. So this is the query. Yeah. So this is the one. So this we want to run. So select S dot name, E dot CID, E dot grade from student S, join enroll E on the condition S dot SID should be equal to E dot SID. See, that is our answer. Because why only these columns came? Because we wanted to display only these ones. If I will add some more column, it may display to us S dot SID and E dot SID also. Then you can see that common the matching SIDs only will appear. See, SID is all three are same. So that means it applied this condition. Okay. Yeah. So that is the thing. So let us try this one also. If I will remove this condition, then what will happen? So it will just perform the cross product and it will display spurious tuples also. Spurious tuples are those tuples in which your common attribute is not matching and they are actually spurious. Okay, that's why these tuples, these rows are spurious rows. Okay, and that's why we have to apply the condition on S dot SID should be equal to E dot SID. Then we'll get the actual data, actual result. So that is the thing. Now let's go back to our next part of the types of join. So this is the join syntax. You have already seen select S dot name E dot CID from student S, join enroll E on the condition. Okay. So aliases we have already discussed. Yeah. And this is our old style. And this also works. Comma plus where. There are two ways. Okay. So that is the thing, students. Okay. Fine. So we tried both of them in Workbench. Okay. Now, if we want to join three tables, then what will happen? Okay. That also we can do. So here the thing is how you can do that. Select S dot name, C dot title, E dot grade from student enroll, student join enroll on the condition of SID of both tables, student and enroll, and then join the final output with the course table on E dot CID should be equal to C dot CID. Okay. Then you will have the final answer of the initial question. So each join adds one table by matching its primary key. Students SID should be equal to enrolls SID, then enrolls CID should be equal to course CID. Okay, fine. So we can see this one also in Workbench ones. Let us see this one now. So this you have seen. Yes. So this we want to try out. Select the student name. So student join enroll on the condition of their common attribute and then join with the course. So you will see the actual answer. Which student has taken which course by title? We wanted it to be displayed. Okay. So that is the thing. I hope you understood. Yes. Okay. So this is the scenario, students. Now let us move to our next part. Okay, next type of join is left join. So left join. So here what happens in this one? Let us move to left join. So left join means it works like your set. It will display the left side. If you will give the left join, then what will happen? Every left row will survive even with no match, but left rows will be available. Like suppose you have written student left join enroll, then data of left side table, that is student table, even if it is not matching, some columns, some entries are not matching with the right hand side, still it will survive, still it will be displayed, maybe with the null values also. Okay, where there will be a no match. So that happens. So what will happen in this one? So inner join will only matches. Left join all left rows plus matches. Null when no match is found. So that is being done by left join. So syntax will remain same, but instead of join, now we will write left join. Okay. So we will see this. What will happen in this one? In left join. So it will perform the Cartesian product of both student and enroll, and it will definitely display the left side data. Okay, it will definitely display the left side data. That will happen. Okay, so let us see this part, how it will be displayed. So in student it was name. We will see the initial table first. Okay, so in our student SID, name and department, suppose we are performing left join with enroll. Okay, so this join this. Okay, that is happening, and we are displaying only the name, CID and grade. Still, it will try to match SIDs in the cross product on the join condition. But whatever is available on the left hand side, it will definitely be a part of the output. Okay. So in our normal join, inner join, if you will see, the output was Ravi Ahmed. Yes, the output was Ravi Ahmed. But Priya is left out because Priya was not matching. But in left join, Priya will survive. Priya will survive, and with Priya, CID and grade will come as null. That is the difference. That is the difference. So let's see this one also in workbench. Left join. So this is our left join. Instead of join, we have written left join. Okay, fine. So now see this one, how it will look like. Yes. So Priya will get null, null. Although it is not mashed, but because we have given left join, so it has to survive. In the same way, if I will write down right join, then the right side data will definitely appear. That means CID and grade, even if it will not match, still it will come. Okay. So in this one, it was a match. All the CIDs and grades are matching, so it will be displayed. But see, Priya has been removed because Priya is not concerned with the right join. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, fine. Now see this one. One more case. Find students enrolled in nothing. Then how we can write it? Find the students who are enrolled in null. That means after left join, the rows which are having null, that we want to display. So what you will do? Select S dot name from student, left join enroll on the condition, and then one more thing we will add, where E dot CID is null, where there is no course. Okay, where there is no course. So Priya is the one who has not enrolled in any course. So it will display that value. So you have to first perform left join on it, and then you have to display that student name who has not enrolled in any course. That means whose course ID is null right now. That is the thing. So Priya is the one. So that is the case, students. So we have seen left join and right join also. So this is our join family, and in full join, union of left and right will happen. Okay, that is full outer join. And cross join. In cross join, what will happen? Every row cross every row. No on. That means everything will be displayed. That is cross product only. Okay, cross join. Okay, and full outer. So these two also I will show to you. Okay, so this is the final thing. Before that, I will show you these two things. This is our right join. Right join we have performed to show here courses. Nobody has, no, sorry, not this one. Wait. Yeah, yes. So left join, courses nobody has taken. This we have already done. Okay, this we'll see later on. And now I wanted to show you one cross join and full join. Okay, so cross join is here. Yes, this is our cross join. So it will display everything, whatever is matching. That is the scenario. And full join will be a combination of left join and right join, union of both. That means take left join and right join and then perform union on them. So that will be a full join. Okay, that is the case. Okay, this is your full outer join. So there is no particular keyword for full outer join. What you have to do, you have to perform left join first, then you have to perform right join. Let me write it as right join. And then you have to just append union between them. So that is the scenario. Okay. So that is the scenario. So you will get the final. If you want to combine output of left join and right join, then you will get a full outer join. So that is the agenda. That is the purpose of full outer join. Okay. Now, everything that we have done so far, it's combined in one query. Students who are enrolled in two or more courses, how to get that data? So we have to select s dot name. We have to count if there are two or more as courses. This is alias we have given. Okay. Count star as courses. Okay. So this is called as its nickname again. Okay. Count star, the column name we changed it as courses. So it will not be displayed as count star. It will be displayed as courses. Okay. From student and its nickname S alias, then join enroll on s dot sid should be equal to e dot sid, group by s name first thing, and having count star greater than or equal to 2. So this part we have already covered up in our previous lectures. So combining this, we will get those students data, name and courses, name and count, who have enrolled in two or more courses. So there is only one student, Ravi, who has enrolled in two courses. So that is the thing. So everything is being stacked up here, and this is from the exam point of view. You can see, you can be asked like examiner can ask you different questions like explain inner, left, right joins with examples and outputs. What is the difference between inner and left join? What is natural join? How does it differ from equi join? So these we will discuss in the next video. Okay. What is the purpose of the on clause? Why we use on? What, when does a join produce nulls? So these are certain things. Okay, that you have to remember. So this is the difference between inner versus left. So inner will give you this data and left will include those entries of left also which are been removed, filtered out by the inner join. Now be prepared and you can have these questions. Three tables you have to join. Inner, perform inner join between student and enroll on SID. Show each student's name and course title. Three table join you have to perform here. Left join to find students with no enrollments, those who are having null CIDs. Count how many courses each student takes, join plus group by. Then list course titles nobody is enrolled. Okay, so with this, I'm closing this video. And for any doubts, please drop your comments in the comment box. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing my channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.